Hi everyone. I'm going to make you rolls today. I made some in a video before and everybody saw them and everybody's been asking for them. So I'm going to make, and we certainly will eat rolls, won't we, Kate?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. One thing I want to tell you is that Amy will put in the description the recipe, so you don't have to ask for that. This is about 2 cups of, I'm going to use bread flour and a tablespoon of salt. And I kind of whisked it up. Now this is a cup of milk that is scalded, which means I put it on the stove and let it heat up till it had little bitty bubbles around there, and it's cooled down a little. To this I added 1/4 of a cup of butter. So I'm going to pour that in here. These rolls are really, really good. It came from deer camp. Actually, my husband had them at deer camp and asked his brother-in-law to give him the recipe, and he said no. But his son had it and gave it to me. In here is 1/4 of a cup of warm water and some yeast that I dissolved and let sit about 5-10 minutes to get it activated. And a little tip on yeast: if you use a lot of yeast, this is like 2 tablespoons of yeast, buy the loose like in a pound instead of buying the little packets. This would be the equivalent of 2 little packets. Okay, I got that going. Here is 1 beaten egg. Go. 1/4 of a cup of sugar. Now, I put mashed potatoes in mine. The original recipe didn't call for them. I usually use the mashed potatoes, leftover ones. This is just a potato that I mashed up, that I baked and mashed up. I like it better when it's actual mashed potatoes because they've got butter and sour cream in them, which just makes everything better. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna mix this up a little bit, and then when we come back, I'll finish them up. I had to wash my hands since I coughed in my hand. We don't want any coughing at our rolls. Okay, I've been letting these just kind of blend up. Look how silky they look. Isn't that pretty? And if you like the smell of yeast, you would be happy in this kitchen. Okay, I'm going to start adding some flour and mix this up some more. Rolls aren't hard. They just take a little work and a little time. And it's just like bread. It's not real hard to do. Okay, I think I can put a little more flour in here. And I do use bread flour because I've found that it really does make a little bit of difference. If you don't have it, it's no big deal. Just use all-purpose. Don't use self-rising, though. Okay, I'm going to put the dough hook on here right quick. I don't want to waste any of this. Okay, and with the dough hook, I don't have to knead these. My friend Annie never uses a dough hook. She does everything by hand, but maybe I'm lazy, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to keep adding some flour. I've got about 4 cups here. I think altogether I'm going to use about 5 cups. I had about 2 cups in here. So I'm going to keep doing this for a while, and when it comes together, I'll show you how it looks. Okay, I used just about all that flour and maybe just a little bit more. And you can see this is still kind of sticky. I'm going to knead it a little bit more when I turn it out here and knead it by hand. Let me get this off of here. Yeah. That's my least fun part of making rolls and bread, is cleaning up the utensils. You can see how it's pulled away from the sides here. This is a pretty heavy batch here. I don't know if I said that was about a cup of potatoes. If you have mashed potatoes, just use your leftover mashed potatoes. Woo, this is heavy. It doesn't want to come out. We'll get it all out here. Okay. This is why pioneer women were so strong. Just making bread and rolls was enough to put muscles on anybody. I've got a little flour on here, and I'm just going to knead it like this. You really want it to feel like a baby's behind. Real soft skin. If you put too much flour in it, it will be real stiff. Probably won't rise right. excuse my Band-Aid. Caden, we've been having to feed the cows, and some days I feed them grain, and Caden loads up a 50-pound sack of feed for me on the mule, and that way I don't have to pick it up off the ground, but I can pull it out of the mule and dump it out. I have 3 big troughs, and anyway, scrape my finger. Okay, see this pretty thing here? Nice and pretty. See how soft it is? We want to put it in a greased bowl. Flip it over. I just used canola oil. I'm going to cover it with a towel, and I'm going to set it outside for it to rise, and it'll probably be ready to go in less than an hour. Okay, here's the risen dough. Look how pretty. And look, when you do that, you can tell that it's risen enough. So I'm going to turn it out here. Uh-oh. Sorry, dropped my towel. Okay. Excuse me, Caden. Woo! Look how soft and pretty it is. I'm just going to kind of give it this. I'm on a floured surface here. Put a little more flour on it here. And I'm going to roll these out. You can roll them as thick as you want. And if you want to just pat them out, you can just pat them out. You don't have to roll them. I just think it kind of makes them a little prettier. So, oh, it smells so good. I wish you could smell it. Wait till we get them baked and put some butter on them. So I'm going to just cut these. I'll tell you what you could do. If you wanted to make little balls by yourself, with your hand, you could do that. You could cut them square. There's just all kinds of ways you can do it. So I'm going to put these on this pan here. Okay, so I did this many rolls. If I did the whole pan, it would be too many rolls for just the 3 of us. So I'm going to we've been really good, haven't we, Kate? We're going to make us a little treat here. We're going to make cinnamon rolls out of the rest of them. I usually use my bread dough for cinnamon rolls, but I'm sure this will be just as good. This is softened butter. I'm just slathering it all around here. Okay. Then I'm just going to put sugar on it. You could use brown sugar. You could mix it. I'd say at least 1/3 of a cup or more. Here's some cinnamon, and like I've told y'all, I buy my cinnamon in bulk because I use so much of it. You can put as much as you want. One time I did cinnamon rolls and I forgot to put cinnamon on them, and they were just like a real sweet roll. Okay, one of the things we like is raisins in our cinnamon rolls. And a lot of times I put nuts. I just didn't think about the nuts this time. But, and I have put coconut. Just whatever you like. Simply, I have rolled it out in a rectangle. All you got to do is simply roll it up like this. I'll get those under here. When you get to the end, put your seam side down. I usually do this because if you don't, the end ones aren't going to be real good. I usually cut it down the middle. And you're always going to have a few cinnamon rolls that are prettier than the others. Don't worry about it. They're going to all eat the same. So, we're going to have cinnamon rolls and rolls tonight. And I am going to let these rise. I'm going to cover them, let them rise again. And then I'll have to pop them in the oven at 350 degrees. We're so excited, aren't we, Amy?
We're ready.
We got rolls ready here. These are the plain rolls, and then this is the cinnamon rolls. I've been putting this nice drizzle, and all you do is just take some confectioner's sugar and some heavy cream, or if you don't have cream, you can use milk, and I put a little bit of vanilla in it, and just get it to the consistency you want. I don't know how to tell you exactly how much it is, but make sure you're very generous with this, because this sure is good. I hope you try these one day. They're really simple, and they're really good.